Hi, it's Mann here, and I'm just wanting to do a short video to show you how I use tapping in real life. Those of you who are on our first phone call this morning, our first webinar for our using SoulCollage and FasterEFT together, will have experienced some technical difficulties, and as did I, and I have noticed that I've been feeling a little bit upset with myself and a little bit frustrated today, and I was about to sit down and do some tapping around it, and I thought I would show you how I do a tapping session so you can see it in real life to see how it works. So first of all, when I think about what happened this morning on the call, and I know a number of you either kept dropping off the call or you couldn't hear me clearly because there's lots of background noise, I feel quite embarrassed when I think about that. I feel like I wasn't professional and I didn't do a good enough job. So if I think about how I feel, I notice there's a tightness in my chest and that I feel a bit sort of shaky and maybe even close to tears, really. I look really quite upset. I like to do things well, and this I didn't feel went as well as it could have. So what I will do is I'm going to aim. I'm going to feel that feeling, focus on it. I'm going to rate it out of 10. At the moment I'm feeling about an 8 out of 10. So what I'm going to do is focus even further on that feeling in my chest, how kind of shaky and nervous. Oh yeah, I feel pretty upset. So I'm maybe a 9 now. So what I'm going to do now is let go of focusing on the feeling and just focus on the feeling of my fingers tapping. And I'm going to say, let it go, let it go. I release and let it go. It's safe to let it go. Time to let it go. And I'm going to grab my wrist, breathe in, out, peace. So now I'm going to think about that feeling of being unprofessional, making all those mistakes, but being really hard for some of you to participate in this call. I noticed that my chest is a bit looser and that I'm not as shaky. And if I was going to give it a rating out of 10, I'd probably say about a 7 out of 10 now. So I'm just going to tap on it again. I release and let it go. It's safe for me to let it go. I'm ready to let it go. Let it go. Grabbing my wrist, breathe in and out, and peace. And as I say peace, I'm actually thinking of my favourite place on the beach. Okay, so now I'm going to come back and think about how my experience this morning was of the phone call and how I feel about what it felt like for you who were on the call live. I noticed that I'm much, much calmer. Probably about a 4 out of 10 now. I'm just, what I'm noticing now is I feel like perhaps there were some things I could have done better to help you be able to hear the call, and that I really wish that I had been able to make it easier for you all. So I'm feeling a lot of pressure to get this right, and I didn't get it right today. So I'm noticing that feeling, noticing how I know I'm kind of got a bit of a memory of what it looked like, what I was looking at this morning, and how stressful it felt this morning when I knew that you guys weren't hearing it properly and I couldn't get it to work properly. So it's a new memory, and it's probably about an 8 out of 10. So I'm going to tap on that now. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe in and out, and peace. So now when I think, I should have done better, I made some mistakes, what was I thinking that I could have done this by myself? That's kind of what's coming up for me now. So I'm just going to tune into that feeling. Made mistakes, I could have done better, I should have asked someone else to help me on the call. It's really not that strong. It's really about a 5, but I want to get it all the way down so I'm not stressed at all anymore. So I'm just going to tap again. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Peace. So when I think about this morning's call now, what I notice is we had so many technical difficulties, and if I had asked for someone to come and give me a hand with some of the technical stuff, maybe it would have gone better. And so maybe I'll do that next time, or maybe I'll use a different system. But I'm not feeling so much like I'm beating up on myself and being so harsh on myself. So when I think about this morning's call, yeah, I still got a little bit of a sense that perhaps you know, if I'd asked for help, I could have made it smoother for everyone if I'd asked a friend or someone to come along and help me. So I just want to let go of that kind of guilty feeling that I've got, and I'm feeling that guilty feeling. Yeah, I'm feeling that kind of a weight in my chest. So noticing that feeling, and then I'm going to tap. And then when I'm tapping, I'm just feeling my fingers tapping. So let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe in and out. Peace. So now what I notice is when I think of this morning's call, think about the lessons that I learnt, think about what are some of the different ways that we might do the call next time. Am I going to use the system and get someone to help me? Am I going to use the system and make sure I've got all the information that I need to make sure that the call is as clear as possible, or am I going to use a different system? So I'm just kind of in problem solving mode now. I feel like next time's call is going to be really smooth, that whatever solution I come up with is going to work really well for all of us. And yeah, I'm probably going to leave you now because I don't want this video to be too long. I can feel there's some other issues I'll probably tap on once I turn the video recorder off. Like now I'm feeling a little bit anxious that perhaps I've spoken for too long and that you will be a bit frustrated with listening to my video. And so I could probably tap on that as well. Just tapping and letting it go. Peace. So what I'm going to do now is say goodbye. Thank you for listening. Hope that you can see just how easy it was for me to get out of actually quite a panic and into a state where I feel much calmer and much more able to make some clear decisions, and that hopefully that'll encourage you to try doing some tapping at home during the next couple of weeks. Thank you. Speak to you soon. Bye.